Today we're going to be taking Bronny James and putting him on the Los Angeles Lakers to form a duo with his father LeBron, officially becoming the first ever father and son duo to play together in the NBA. But that's not the only history that they'll be chasing, as we'll be watching their time together closely to ultimately see if they can become the first father-son NBA champion duo before LeBron, who's at the age of 39, retires. However, before we see if they pull it off, there's still much more work to be done. The Lakers need more help in order to contend, so for today, they'll be trading for Trae Young, who's been rumored and linked towards the team in the past. But where does this trade leave Bronny? Well, for his rookie season, he'll be Trae's backup, averaging 8 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists, which are solid numbers, especially considering his work on the defensive end, which is easily his most NBA-ready skill at this point in time. But most importantly, the Lakers as a team would be much improved from last year, winning 50 games as a 3 seed with LeBron leading the way with averages of 23 points, 9 boards, and 8 assists, setting us up for the postseason where the Lakers will have their chance to get some much needed revenge. So we have the moment of truth. We have the Lakers up against Denver. Surprisingly, Denver is only the 6th seed, which is really strange. It also makes a lot less sense when you look at their roster. It's really hard to believe that there's 5 other teams better than them in the West. But at the end of the day, the Lakers can only play who's in front of them, and it also still wouldn't be that easy thanks to the 3-time MVP on the other side, as Jokic would, as usual, be his dominant self. But that's not to say that the Lakers don't have a shot, as their new look roster would put in the work to match Denver, starting off the series with a 2-2 tie. But while much of the attention would be rightfully placed on each team's star players, it would be Bronny as the focal point in Game 5. As while the first 3 quarters would be relatively normal, the fourth would be totally different, as the Lakers would start to struggle defensively with both LeBron and Trae racking up the fouls. Both LBJ and Trae Young have fouled out of this game. So that means that with the Lakers down by 7 with 2 minutes to go in Game 5, their comeback hopes would be in the hands of Anthony Davis as well as Bronny. And just as a reminder, he's still only a rookie, which means that the next 2 minutes will easily be the most important of his career. So right now, Bronny's being tested. The Lakers are down by 7. He's about to feed AD in the post. AD on Jokic. AD bullying Jokic with the layup. Okay. If somehow Bronny, while being on the floor, he's a bench player, by the way, still. If somehow he can help the Lakers to a win, he gets a deflection on the pass. There's a defense that we come to expect from him. Jamal with the ball. They're going to the 2-man game. Jamal goes the opposite way of the screen. The spin move on Bronny. Bronny gets the stop. I'm assuming they're going to go down to AD every single play. Obviously, there's no Trae and there's no LeBron. Fouled out, which is a crazy, I don't know, like, they don't play defense like that anymore to be fouling out. Or in Trae's case, he never really played defense to begin with. Here we go. They're going to have to play defense on Jokic. AD might be the right man for the job. Who got the rebound? Ayo Dosunmu with the rebound. Here we go. Top of the key. Over to Bronny. Could have maybe pulled it. He passed it down to AD. Are we watching an AD takeover? The layup in the lane. Oh my God. The awkward looking floater layup, whatever you want to call it. LA has clawed all the way back. Bronny with the pressure on Jamal. Bronny with good defense on Jamal and forces him to give it off. They had Jamal going back door, but it ultimately goes down to Jokic. Jokic with the one-legged fade. Oh, there it is. He was not going to go down so quietly. 33 for Jokic in the game. They're about to pass it down. Nice bounce pass from Bronny. He's only a rookie, by the way. He's had some really encouraging moments. Here we go. Jamal with the ball. They're just going right down to Jokic. They said, screw the 2-man game. Jokic with the fade from 17 feet, 18 feet. It's off. AD's playing good defense other than that one possession. AD is a little bit, I don't know what he's really doing right now on offense. I don't know. That is the worst possession he could have possibly. He completely botched that possession, rushing it, and they're about to throw it down to Jokic. That just put 2 points on the board. Did he smoke it? Oh my God, he smoked it. LA gets the rebound. They don't call timeout. I was expecting a timeout. Here we go. Bronny with the ball. They're about to set up a screen. The 2-man game. The pass is not there initially. They throw it down to AD. A little bit of a jab step. He goes out of bounds. He goes out of bounds. AD with 2 terrible. What a disaster from AD on the last 2 possessions. Denver called a timeout. They just inbounded it. The Lakers just fouled, so a couple milliseconds came off the clock. They had to foul again. Here we go. It's Jamal at the line. Jamal's you could probably put 2 points on the board already. First free throw for Jamal. Obviously, it's good. Luckily enough for LA, it is a one-possession game. No matter if he makes a free throw or not, they're going to call timeout, obviously. They have to hit a 3 now. Once again, no LeBron, no Trey. Jokic is hype, and they subbed out. No, I thought they subbed out Bronny. Here we go. Who's getting it? Rui in the corner with some space. He might hit that. He hits it. We're going to OT, maybe. 0.8 seconds left on the clock. Let's not get ahead of ourselves right now. Rui with the shot of his life, which is absolutely crazy because in real life he was buns. Here we go, 0.8 seconds. Does Jamal Murray have another game winner in him? Who are they passing it to? Oh, there's no way he hits that. That's way too far. We're going to overtime. LA has climbed all the way back. So just like that, the Lakers would have all the momentum going into overtime, with Bronny in particular being celebrated as a key piece to the comeback. But there's still 5 more minutes to play, and it now brings up the question, will it continue? The answer would be a resounding no, as the Lakers' Cinderella run would not only be cut short by the Joker, but also by his partner in crime Jamal Murray, who would serve as a reminder that only as a rookie, Bronny has a long way to go. Does LA still have gas in the tank for overtime after coming all the way back? Great defense from Bronny, but Jamal just pushes him out of the way. And a few plays later, he would be at it again, as Jamal would be testing Bronny's signature defense with the game on the line. The pass over to Jamal. Oh my God, they ran a play. I was not even prepared for that. Neither was LA. So in the end, while Bronny and LA had some encouraging signs, they would be running out of gas without the help of LeBron or Trey. We may be looking at a different result if they weren't fouled out, but ultimately, it's Denver coming out on top, now moments away from a 3-2 lead. Denver's going up 3-2. Now, obviously the series is not over, but given the prior history between these two teams, it's not looking good if you're rooting for LA. And that prior history is relevant, as if they lose this series, the Lakers will have gone 3 straight years with a loss to Denver in the postseason. But this time, it would appear to be a little bit different, as with Trey seen as the final piece, the usual dominance of AD, and the solid bench play of Bronny, it would appear that LeBron has a shot to make the comeback despite being age 40, as Game 6 would be an extremely close win for the Lakers in front of a hostile Denver crowd. And with the momentum on their side, they would carry it into Game 7, where LeBron would continue to lead the Lakers, giving them a shot to come out on top in the series' final game. As the Lakers would enter the final minute of the game, down by just 1 point, finally with a chance to eliminate Denver for a potential championship run. Here we go. We're right back in Staples Center, or Crypto.com Arena, whatever you want to call it. Jokic with the ball. Good defense from AD. Forces a hook shot from pretty far out. Trey and LeBron are not fouled out, although right now Bronny is on the bench. But there's more important tasks at hand. And Trey breaks the 15-footer. Here we go. Trey on Christian Brown. They're about to throw it down to Jokic again, who's being guarded by Ayo Dosunmu. And then Jokic misses if LA doesn't come through here. After watching Jokic miss 2 layups like that, Trey with the ball with some space. The third option, he smokes his second straight shot. Jokic is going to the line. He's going to make both free throws. Denver basically gift-wrapped the game to them, and LA just didn't want to take it. Jokic hits the second free throw, timeout LA. They advanced the ball. What a terrible sequence of events. They had the game. They had the game. Trey's about to miss. That's the one he hits. Okay, fine, no problem. So with that, we would have a tie game with 17 seconds left. With the 3-time MVP on the other side, you can be sure that the stop the Lakers desperately need won't come so easily. Here we go, tie game. Bronny is still on the bench, which is totally fine. Actually, now that I think about it, not really. They probably should have subbed him out. They should have taken Trey out for Bronny. That's what I'm trying to say. Although, it probably is not going to matter because they're probably just going to pass it down to Jokic and AD is going to be tested. Here we go. Jokic in the post. He's 2 feet away. Jokic just pulled a Shaq. He's never done that in his life. He just dunked all over AD. So with Jokic having an out-of-body experience, the Lakers are now down by 2 with only 2.3 seconds left on the clock. And obviously, with it being Game 7, this not only may very well be the final possession of LA's season, but it could also be the final of LeBron's career, considering his age. That is an absolutely insane play from Jokic, of all people. Here we go, LA with the ball. Who's taking the last shot? Will it be LeBron? LeBron from... Oh! He did it! I can't. What? There's no way. He pulled up from Yucatan. That is the most incredible shot I have ever seen in a jump-in. Look at where he's standing from the logo. So in the end, after a hard-fought 7 games, the greatest player of his generation has pulled off one of the greatest plays of his entire career, finally slaying the dragon, that is the Denver Nuggets, at the buzzer to advance to the second round in the most dramatic of fashions. Now moving on to the Portland Trail Blazers as their next opponent, who would go down relatively smoothly in 6 games for the Lakers to move on to the conference finals, where LeBron and Bronny would now be facing the Dallas Mavericks, of course led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, which would immediately appear to be the end of the line, as the insane backcourt scoring from Dallas would be enough to pull away from the starting unit the Lakers have. And even though Bronny's considered a great defender, he would struggle to stop them as well, leading to the Mavericks taking a 2-1 lead to start the series off. Not looking too good for LBJ and LBJ Jr. And it wouldn't stop there for both Luka and Kyrie, as they would put the Mavs up 3-1 over LA after a win in Game 5, now on the brink of a finals appearance. While the Lakers' postseason run appeared to be a classic, it looks like ultimately with a loss, it'll wind up being forgotten. LA might have just ran out of gas completely. But luckily for them, the series isn't over just yet, and at the very least, they wouldn't be losing on their home court, as LBJ would have his usual stellar all-around game, and LBJ Jr. would provide the spark off the bench, now putting LA in the position to keep the series alive, now moments away from a Game 5 win. LA just took Game 5, so at least they're not going to lose on their home court just yet. But now we're on to Dallas, Game 6. But in Dallas, the Lakers would continue where they left off. It seems like for some reason, they're only playing their best when their back is against the wall, because on the road, they would not only set themselves up to win Game 6, but they would also completely blow it wide open. Okay, Dallas Game 6, it looks like they're blowing them out. Right now, yeah, they're up by like 20, 30 points. They won by 28 points. Which means for the second time in this playoff run, the Lakers are going to Game 7, this time with a trip to the finals on the line. And considering the fact that they miraculously won against Denver the first time, as well as LeBron's prior history coming back from down 3-1, you can be sure that even at the age of 40, the Lakers and LeBron still have more than a chance. Especially when you consider the teammates by his side, as LA would have a complete team effort on their way to a massive lead at home, making the comeback with a trip to the finals on the horizon. Bronny's gonna dribble it out, which also as a side note makes me think that Trey fouled out again. But it doesn't matter. LA is heading to the finals, a miraculous run. Honestly, even if they wind up losing, I'm just gonna give them a round of applause right now. And that round of applause may come in handy later, as they'd be heading to Miami for the finals for a showdown with the Heat, who of course are still led by Jimmy Butler, as well as Bam Adebayo. But let's just get straight to the point. This series would again be a difficult one for LA, and if they're going to win, they're going to have to make their third comeback of the postseason, as playoff Jimmy would channel his inner Michael Jordan on his way to a 3-2 lead for the Heat, now as close as he's ever been to his first NBA title. And as far as that potential Lakers comeback goes, Jimmy wouldn't even give them the chance. LA had a historic run that included a Game 7 buzzer beater as well as a 3-1 comeback, but it's Jimmy Butler who's putting an end to all of that, now moments away from his first title. LeBron may have ran out of gas. He's a little too old. It's going to take a little bit more from the other players on the team at this point, because obviously, if it was prime LeBron, they might have won, but that's obviously not the case. Yeah, shout out to Miami though. And with Miami celebrating their title, you really do have to wonder if the Lakers are actually capable of improving upon this season, especially since 2026 would be number 23's 23rd in the league, now at a whopping 41 years of age. But that wouldn't be the only major story for the team, as Bronny would be promoted into the starting lineup as the shooting guard next to Trey in the backcourt, which obviously means that as the Lakers would be chasing the championship, they'd be doing it with the first ever father and son duo to be named as starters, with LBJ averaging 21 points and 8 assists, as well as Bronny, who's giving you 10 and 4 every night with his usual stellar defense. And in time, it would actually be clear that this move into the starting 5 would be a major plus for the team, as in the playoffs, LA would fly past the first 3 rounds to make it to the finals again, now making it appearance number 12 for LeBron himself. But of course, the job's not finished, as they still have one more opponent to take down, and it's not going to be easy, as they'd be heading to Indiana for the finals, where they'd be challenged by star point guard Tyrese Halliburton. But that's not all, as he's joined by another star, and it's someone who's very important to LeBron's NBA story, and someone who could be the difference in the series. This Indiana team actually really surprised me, because obviously they have Tyrese, but they also have Kyrie at the 2. Should be a good finals. And once again, as a reminder, this could be LeBron's last chance for championship number 5, as he's at a whopping 41 years of age with retirement knocking on the door. Where on the flip side, Bronny is only 21 and at the very start of his NBA journey. So it goes without saying that while these two couldn't be in more different stages of their careers, a championship would go a long way towards both of their legacies. But of course, with a backcourt as dynamic as Indiana's, it would pose as a serious challenge, as the elite passing as well as shooting of Tyrese, along with the all-time scoring of Kyrie, would be a serious problem for the Lakers' backcourt, giving them the slight edge to go up 3-2 in the series, which means that Bronny and LeBron are back on the brink of elimination yet again. However, the series isn't over just yet, as LA would have the chance to extend the series at home in Game 6. And you already know that in front of the LA faithful, they would do just that, making yet another comeback as they've done repeatedly over the last few years, all the way until the fourth quarter, where they would run away with the game. And the Lakers are blowing them out Game 6 on their home court, which can only mean one thing. The 2026 NBA Finals are going to Game 7. The Lakers have played in the last 2 years, 5? But of course, this one will obviously be the most important one yet, and maybe the most difficult, as they'd have to do it on the road, in front of one of the loudest crowds in the league, and against one of the most devastating 1-2 punches in the game. So let's just get straight to the point. Both teams would go back and forth just as they've done all series up until the fourth quarter, where LA would only have a 2-point lead with just under 4 minutes to play. And with both teams having very little room for error, they'll almost certainly be relying on their stars to close this one out. So it's only right that we'd be seeing LeBron James Jr. take charge over all of them to set the tone for the season's final game. Here we go, Game 7 of the finals, a little bit over 3.5 minutes left. LA is on the road, we're in Indiana. Bronny with the ball, Bronny pulls up from 3, he's fouled. Bronny, a completely out of character shot from him. 8 points on the game, but he gets fouled on a 3. He makes the first free throw. Second free throw's up. Second free throw is good. Third free throw is also good. 5-point lead for LA, just like that. Kyrie with the ball. The Indiana crowd is absolutely stunned. Kyrie with the ball being guarded by Bronny. Bronny makes him give it up. Tyrese with the ball being guarded by... Oh yeah, Trae Young's not going to be able to guard him. They're going to have to pick their poison because they can only put Bronny on either or. They put Trae Young on Kyrie, that's not going to end well either. Here we go, LeBron in the post being guarded by Mathurin. LeBron, no dribble from 18 feet out, fade away, it's off. Here we go, Mathurin with the ball. Indiana down by 3. The Indiana crowd is going crazy because there's not really much else to do in Indiana, so this is probably the highlight of the decade. I don't know why that was relevant to mention. Here we go, Tyrese with the pull-up. It's only a 1-point game. I just went on the most random tangent at the most random possible time. Here we go, Trae Young with the ball. He seems to be kind of the final piece for the Lakers. He pulls up from 15 feet. As I say that, he misses. Here we go, Tyrese with the ball. Indiana down by 1. They're probably going to come back and win this game because I just shaded their entire city. Miles Turner misses a shot. Here we go, LeBron with the ball. LeBron with the screen from AD. We saw a clutch. I can't speak right now. LeBron with the 2-pointer. It's good. I'm having a really hard time with the commentary, so please, just... Hey man, just focus on the game. Here we go. Kyrie gives it up. Handoff. Or I thought it was going to be a handoff. Turner just tried to be a hero. He missed it. He tried to score over one of the best defenders of his generation. Here we go. The lob from Trae. Rui has never done a 360 like that ever, but okay, we're going to roll with it. A lot of weird stuff happening in this Game 7, but LA, most importantly, has a 5-point lead. Mathurin with the ball. Here we go. Turner sets the screen. Turner's going to roll. Mathurin's trying to be a hero now. Really questionable shots being taken right now from the Pacers. Here we go. Anthony Davis with the ball. He passed it over to LeBron on the wing. From his spot, it's good. It is not looking good for the Pacers right now. 2 straight possessions from them where Kyrie or Tyrese don't get the ball, and then Mathurin comes back, and he does that. Whatever that was. He just dunked on AD and LeBron on the same possession. Here we go. Trae Young with the ball behind the back. trying to attack Tyrese. Drives into a crowd, kicks it out to LeBron, who slows it down. Here we go. He gets into the post. No double team. Still no double team. LeBron passes it out to Bronny, who breaks the shot. That could have been a huge story moment. It's fine, though. Here we go. The championship could be good enough. Turner for three, wide open. He misses it. LeBron with the board. Here we go. LA, if they hit a three, it's over. Most likely. They pass it down to AD, though. They're going for the two, and it's an 8-point game. That was... I have to stop and catch my breath. That was crazy. 121-113. 40 seconds left, 38.5 to be exact. They pass it into Kyrie, and Indiana just burns another timeout for some reason. Here we go. We're going to try it again. They're about to pass it into Tyrese or Kyrie. They're passing it into Tyrese. And then they immediately they don't. I don't know what this Pacer offense is. Mathurin misses the shot, but Turner's right there for the rebound. For some reason, the Pacers have this amazing backcourt, and nobody's touching the ball. And now it's Bronny at the line with the championship on the line. He averages about 9-10 points per game, something like that. But he's about to shoot his 5th free throw of the last couple minutes. And he's going 4 for 5. Okay, here we go. The long outlet pass. What are the Pacers doing? Bronny to the basket. It's good. I don't know why he took that either, but that's probably going to be it. Because with that bucket from Bronny, the lead would be too much for the Pacers to handle, and the Lakers would be walking away as champions. Now giving Bronny his first title of what could be many, as well as for LeBron, his 5th in total, which would ultimately be the last of his career, ending off his NBA journey in the most fitting way possible, as the 2027 season would not be a repeat year for the Lakers, with it instead being LeBron's official farewell tour, with each and every fan base saying their goodbyes to one of the greatest ever. So with a trip to the Hall of Fame in order, the Lakers would enter a brand new era, ushered in by Anthony Davis, Trae Young, but most importantly, Bronny James, who's about to write his own story and create his own legacy.